But you know what, dear 2022 me, sassy, I had something to say, I'm gonna say it. Folks are mad, but they also admire that about me, because it's like, I'm gonna say what I got to say. And I feel like I am now reborn. I feel like I've had the illusion of freedom. Like, it's like, oh yeah, well, the rules that you learned to work with, or to land a job, or to work for the workforce, they no longer apply or exist. Like, denial was the girl's best friend, honey. And I feel like for the longest time I was in denial. That's what I want to say. Not my first thought, not an afterthought. Yeah. And so I'm just tired. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of the fact that, like, I'm a second thought in a lot of people's lives around me. Either you appreciate me or you don't. Like, I think a lot of times I think I lost track of the bright side. Like, my mom is literally always a bright side type person, and I think I lost track of the bright side. Hey y'all, so what is up? I'm the QT, and we're about to get into a video. Oof. So as y'all can see, I literally just washed my hair, and that took like a whole grip. But look at how cute my hair looks. Like, my hair looks so cute fresh out the shower. The curls be curling, they be popping. Like, I just love the back. From the back to the front, y'all, the curls be popping, the curls be curling. They be like, who sang that song? Was it Usher or Chris Brown? I always get them confused. Popping, yeah, popping. That's what the curls be doing fresh out the shower. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm about to just let this air dry, and it goes from this height, shrinks all the way down to the scalp, and I don't look anything like I thought I looked before. Like, fresh out the shower, I now look like, okay, like, you're like shrinkage. And so I realized I need to do something to it. And also another thing is that I've always known for like years, my hair does a horrible job of retaining moisture. So especially, and I don't know what's going on in the front, like literally there's like a whole patch in the front where there's just like right here is just like frizz. Like, there's like this one curl, but right here is just strictly like this section. Yeah, this literally just this little patch right here is straight for some reason. Of course, it's not like 1B straight, but it's just is like not as curly as the rest. It's like the loosest part of my hair, and I have no idea why. I don't know if this is like from stretching when I braid or whatever. But what I'm about to do is I'm about to see if how well these curls last up and they're defined with this new, well, this is new to me. It's called Cantu, well, even it says new on the box. It says Cantu Acai Berry Revitalizing Curl Cream. So if it says revitalizing, girl, you better revitalize the little patch right here. But yeah, it took a whole grip to literally get this out. I'll show y'all like from the vertical clips I filmed for TikTok. But yeah, so I shampooed my hair, literally did not even put in any conditioner or anything. But I'm finna like braid or twist my hair. I'm not too sure right now which one I'm gonna do, but I guess I'm putting in my oil right now, my dandruff oil treatment by As I Am, just like as a starter, just kind of like going at the scalp. I think this is how I learned how to do it. I don't know when I'm gonna put this video out. I'm hoping to put it out before the new year, which is basically like in 2 days, because today is like the 29th. What day is it? Come on. Oh yeah, it's the 29th. So I have like 2 more days of 2021, but that's so crazy to me. 2021 did not go by super fast, because not like, I feel like when my mom always says like life goes by when you're having fun, and I'm not gonna say like 2021 was like super fun, because life did not go by as fast. Did it go as planned? I don't know, that's debatable. Did it go as manifested? I would say that it did. definitely did. Like, life kind of did go as manifested. I manifested getting my license. Like, y'all, first of all, look at these curls. I'm trying to get y'all a good close-up of my curls, because my curls are curling beautifully. I just love them so much. But yeah, I need to do something with it, so I think I'm gonna just unlock the door just in case anybody has to go. I don't know where the mop is, but because y'all, even in my mom's house, I have to mop up after I shower or wash my hair or anything. But anything, I can do anything. Yeah, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. You misdemeanors, you're too busy. Some drug trafficking, huh? It's just life. Just sectioning off my hair right now. I feel like these sections are not the greatest. They're not the best. I want to do like the twist look since it's New Year's coming up. So, and like, you know, like in every black movie, we see like those twists, those nice twists that they have, like sort of mini twists, I guess. But just once again, do y'all see that curl? Like, of course the back is always let's see, y'all already see how wet my hair is, but honestly I could already feel it stretching itself out anyway. So we're gonna try this out, see what it's working for. I already, look, y'all can see how wet I'm getting. That's literally how wet my hair is. I'm fresh out the shower. So I'm gonna take my diamond brush, which I know I probably don't need to do, but I know my hair is tangled, so I kind of want to do, like I said, mini twist. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take, oh, that's too much. I think like this is a good amount, like literally a fingertip, because I remember the last time I did this was probably like freshman year of college, where I think it was for right after, maybe it was like around homecoming. Like, I'm like, do I want to do a braid or do I want to do a twist? I feel like I'm gonna do braids. Like, how are braids gonna look? I'm gonna be so mad if I don't like these and then I try to make them into twist. But I'm like tired of twist at this point. But I figure if I did twist, it'd be easier to take out if I got tired and said I want an afro for New Year's. But I don't mean to do all that. Like, just take a picture, look. So this is what the first one is hitting for. Oh, I left the piece out. I gotta literally take it all out. But so what is up, y'all? I am the QT. I feel like I'm going through, I don't think I'm going through an identity crisis, but I do want to, I might be, because I feel like I've always gone through an identity crisis in the fact that and just in like terms of, I've always tried to redefine who I am. I would always say, well, I need to, every time a new school year came around, what would I do? I would look at whatever inspired me, whatever character in a movie, a TV show, a book that I just watched. Yeah, it's looking like Twist, honey. It's looking like Twist. Or I guess it's looking like this is its own section. Yeah, it's gotta be its own section. So I remember, I think, but right before middle school, I watched a movie and and got really into the book series, The Click. And I remember how I just, from then on, I kind of just, whatever I watched, like the summer before a new school year, your girl would basically try to mimic aspects of myself into aspects of the character that I liked. So I love the character Massey Block, and I would always try to, I just loved how she was basically a leader. And so my mom often would call these characters like maybe the dumb blondes. Of course Massey wasn't a blonde, she was a brunette, but my mom would call them like the dumb blondes. And to me, the dumb blonde character trope was never like dumb. They were always pretty smart, pretty calculated, just misunderstood. And I think now that I'm old enough to kind of give language, I think I probably felt misunderstood way before I knew I felt misunderstood. Oh wow, this is not even what I wanted to talk about today, but I definitely did feel misunderstood. I think for a long time I felt misunderstood, and then when I got to high school, I think it was definitely no better, because in high school it was literally like one of my first months of freshman year of high school. I was asked to dumb myself down because the other kids in the class couldn't they said I comprehended too quickly, and so they did not want to work with me because I comprehended too quickly. And so they admitted that they were threatened by how I guess, I'm not trying to say smart I was, or just how quickly I picked up, because they too were smart. They were also smart. I think they just were smarter than they gave their own selves credit for. I'm trying to do this quickly though, just in case somebody has to go to the bathroom, because I am at my boyfriend's house. There's always lots of people. But I say all that to say, I've been asking myself what I want to call myself, like my channel, my personal channel. And I feel like I constantly change the name, which one will be a whole reason why I wouldn't grow. Oh, okay. So look at this, y'all. Look at what this curl did. All I did was swipe it through, and look at how this curl is curling. I mean, granted, I don't know what's going on back here. Obviously, it's my own hair's problems, and sometimes I have problems with can too as well. But yeah. So I feel like when it comes to my channel, because I'm filming this December 29th, 2021. Oh, it's a couple people in my neighborhood's birthday. But yeah, let's get back to topic. I'm a Gemini, so I get off topic real easy. But I often feel like I have been doing things to please and make other people feel better. Not often feel like I have been doing this for a long time, basically. So I have been putting my needs other people's needs above my own for the longest time, and I don't like that. I feel like, oh wait, I'm still getting, yeah, but I feel like that has been one of my downfalls. And I remember my original depression that I had in college. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you'll soon know. But my original depression that I've had in college, I think I talked about it in one of my postgrad videos, was that I think it came, if you want to know, like the roots of the problem that I was refusing to admit to myself, was that it started and it was rooted in trying to please other people, namely specifically my co-workers and I would say my higher ups, if you will, because I was an RA, and they would say, everybody's looking at you, be careful what you do. Certain other things I wanted to do on campus, they were like, you got to be careful what you do, because it'll be, you won't get the title, the position, blah blah blah, if you you won't get the title, the position, anything, if you if you're doing the wrong thing, like if you're seen at the party, if you're blah blah blah. So I told myself I couldn't do things. I was like, I can't go party because I won't. And mind you, I'm like, I'm gonna go to college, and I have this expectation of being now like becoming a party girl, or being off, but also being afraid that my school was a party school, and I don't know how to party. And I'm like, blah blah blah. In our reality, girl, party like the way that you want. And I really did like that intimate party setting, or like I knew everybody there, I could see everybody there. I like that. I like that setting. I did not like the whole big sweaty party thing where like you're all up on somebody and like it's sweaty and all you literally smell in the air is musk and you can't hear anybody speak because the music is so gosh darn loud and blah blah blah. All right, so yeah, back to identity. I mean, that of course that has to do with identity too, but I was trying to say is, I think from literally that moment in high school, maybe even in middle school, yeah, that moment in middle school I was trying to be Massey Block, to even the moment in high school where my teacher said I have to dumb myself down. This was, and I'm not paraphrasing y'all, this literally happened where the teacher said, nah, you need to comprehend less, be less smart, participate less in class, so that your peers, not like like you're raising your hand too much, give somebody else a chance, more so like you're too smart, the other kids don't want to work with you, so in order for the kids to work with you like in a group, because it was a media class, so we had to share equipment, and the other students didn't want to work with me. Why? They did not want to share, because in order to film, we have to share, like we have to film like the same thing and of course edit it different ways, and they did not want to work with me, like I said, because they felt I was too smart. These is literally their words, not mine. By the time that we graduated high school, they were surpassing me. They had worked to surpass me in terms of, I guess, smarts, and in terms of grades, application. They wanted to apply themselves in a way that it was literally a problem that I had applied myself when we were freshmen. And I think it's just really ironic, because all my life I feel like I've gone through things where people wanted me to change to fit something that made them comfortable for the moment, and then later on became versions of what they became, like the me, or took aspects of me that they asked me not to be. So the version of me that they asked me not to be, they would take aspects of that and become that. And I feel like it's really funny, it's really ironic that I would say, oh, I can't be smart, or literally it was like a class decision with the teacher included, that I become, less smart, or I apply myself less in order to make other people feel comfortable, just for in turnaround 4 years later, them to apply themselves to be just as smart as me, or in the way that they had a problem with me doing for myself. And of course, obviously that resulted in something bad for me, because it means that I didn't get to, I guess, go to college the same, which I'm happy where I went to college, because I feel like either way I would have wanted to go to a HBCU. I'm glad that I went to the college I did, because I met my boyfriend and stuff, and I picked the college that I went to, and also I'm glad because it's like, hello, saved money going to a public institute instead of going to somewhere private. Like, yeah, imagine I would have gotten to Howard. That's crazy money. But I say all that to say, I feel like I've had the illusion of freedom, like Alicia Keys' Illusion of Bliss song. I feel like I've always had like the illusion of freedom, but I haven't seen it as an illusion. It felt like I was free when it came to my parents, and certain things I felt free to do. And maybe, it was freeing in terms of that time period of my life, but it no longer feels free. I feel now like, and I'm not trying to say I'm not grateful, because definitely I feel like most of this year I was grateful, but I did not show it, I did not say it, and I feel like I could be so much farther in life if I was just a little bit more grateful. And of course you can't go back in time, but yeah. And so I say all that to say I'm going in an identity crisis, and so now, of course, I always wondered when this time will come, what would happen to me. Like, when I'm post grad, there's no September or August that rolls around where you have an entire school year to reinvent yourself. You're reinventing yourself whenever you damn well please. And I feel like I've oh wow, y'all, I did not even tell y'all, I decided it's giving twist. At this point, it's giving twist because your girl done did a lot of twists in her head. Yeah, see y'all, because my hair is already frizzing up. Y'all can't even see, but my hair is literally already frizzing up, and I just got out the shower. So I'm glad I'm doing this, but we gonna see what it's hitting for. So I'm just doing mini twists with this. But I guess I'll have to come back in a different video to show y'all what it's hitting for. Like how the twists unravel and what they look like. Do I look like yes and then look like no? That's another thing too. I feel like I had to, because when you're people pleasing, you have to learn how to say no. Because I feel like as a people pleaser, you've learned to say yes over and over and over. And I feel like when I was young, I started saying yes to things. I wouldn't say yes to just be like, I wouldn't say like yes like a blind child, because I hate that. But I would say yes to things that I always thought would put me or propel me forward or would make other people happy. And so case in point, I don't know, I would always say hustle type things. So something that's like a hustle thing would be like from college or just to being in school, in high school, where like you say yes to doing everything just what for the I guess pleasure of somebody else, because it takes stress off of them, it adds stress to you, but then it shows that you can be like one for the team and blah blah, and you're like, oh well, this is gonna propel me forward work wise. And then we get to 2020 and it's like, oh yeah, well, the rules that you learned to work with or to land a job or to work for the workforce, they no longer apply or exist. And mind you, it's the same year I graduated. So, but since I graduated, I don't have like that milestone point to reinvent myself. And I know that I don't think I went through post-grad depression. I feel like I went through pre-graduation depression, meaning like because of the pandemic, I went through a depression that I was home, and I feel like for the longest time I was in denial. That's what I wanted to say. Ooh, that was like one of the points I wanted to hit on. I was in denial for so much of 2020. I mean 2021. Your girl was in denial. Like, denial was the girl's best friend, honey. And that's sad to say, but it's the truth. I was in denial, and I was like literally practicing escapism. I was practicing escaping my current reality. What was my current reality? Living at home, living in New York. At the top of 2021, I was like, oh, why did I have to grow up in New York with like barely a good education, blah blah blah. I mean, girl, granted, look, you graduated high school with 18 college credits, which helped you finish college in 3.5 years. Stop complaining. Like, look at the bright side. Like, I think a lot of times I think I lost track of the bright side. Like, my mom is literally always a bright side type person, and I think I lost track of the bright side. But in 2022, dear 2022 me, I know and beyond, I know I don't want to lose track of the bright side. I feel like I am now reborn. And my friend Kima said to me, shout out to you, Q. She said to me, like, I need to, what did she say? Oh, she was like, Quincy 2.0. And I'm just like, I don't feel like 2.0. Why? Because if I was I already feel like I've been through a 2.0 phase, a 3.0 phase, or have I? Then it made me question, have I? Just because I like told myself a new name doesn't mean it's, that's like basically like the whole boxer braids. Just because I gave it a new name doesn't mean that like it was a whole entirely different thing. I'm the same thing. I literally was the same Q. I was the same person inside. I just tried to give myself a different name, a different alias to live by. Yeah. And so I'm just tired. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of the fact that like I'm a second thought in a lot of people's lives around me. I feel like even like right now with New Year's, and it's so crazy because I brought in New Year's is such, so the holidays is such a crazy time for me, but like it's Christmas, I feel like I hate Christmas because there's just a lot of trauma surrounding Christmas for me, and I'm not trying to negate that I've had good Christmases before the trauma came around. All I'm trying to say is Christmas has been traumatic in my later years, and so I'm so happy because 2019, 2020, 2021. So this is my third Christmas. This is my third Christmas that I have spent breaking my Christmas tradition, so to say, with that I spent with my dad and my paternal side family. And I'm really proud of myself because your girl did not cry, your girl did not break down. There was no expectations of drama or emotional warfare. Like on Christmas Day, like I did not break down. I was not even thinking about them, and I think that's so great. But I think I did something also that might be toxic, which was replacing the habit of that emotional warfare and blah 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 with what's it called? With I might need a bigger section. But I'm replacing that emotional warfare with hustle culture, and just literally working and editing all daggone day of Christmas. But to me, it doesn't feel like the Christmas I envision for myself. I envision a Christmas and a certain type of New Year's for myself. And it's funny, I'm okay with spending New Year's in the living room with my mother and my stepdad and just drinking apple cider, even though I'm over 21 and I can buy liquor. I don't want to go buy liquor or go buy drinks for, you know what, and I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with, I think, is just being a second thought. It feels like this is the second New Year's I'm spending with my boyfriend. I love him, but because I'm spending it with my boyfriend and, you know, everybody like his family and his friends. So last New Year's he spent it with his friends, and his friends were kind of like, I would say, for the most part, what's it called, disengaged. But then this year we're gonna spend it with them, and then even today it just feels like, oh well, you could come if you want type stuff, or he said they invited me, which I might be reading too much into this, but he said they invited him, and then like, oh well, you could come too. And it's like, I want to be around people who can say, I can come too, but I'm a first thought, not an afterthought. And I feel like I know I'm a first thought, not an afterthought, and I want to be around people who treat me as such. Like, I had an amazing time this past Monday, I think, with my friend Troy from college, and it was just so fun to be able to connect with somebody who still was like me, who I did not have to explain anything to, who basically just connected with me. And I wish more experiences for myself and with like that in 2022. I wish so many more experiences for myself where I could just find my tribe, be with friends, like be unapologetically me, and maybe complain about something. But honestly, I don't want to have anything else to complain about, and I want to be the first thought. I don't want to be anybody's second thought, nobody's afterthought, nothing, because I'm not an afterthought. I'm fun, and you know what, I think people just don't know me. Like, I know I'm trying to get to know like the new me, but I also know I'm like the new me, the old me, I'm fun. And yeah, people just don't get to realize that, and that's sad for them. But you know what, if you're a person who gets to realize that, listen. But also, you know what else? Oh, so I was thinking today, because I was watching MC Meme Adeko's video on how she feels like she misses the old her. But it's just so crazy because I feel like I miss the old me. And you know, like Dre said, they wish that I could get the old thing back or something. Oh, they want to see me pick back up or where I leave it at or something. And it's so crazy because I wanted to see myself pick back up. I wanted to see myself pick up who I used to be. I felt like as a kid, as a teenager, I was sassy. I don't care. I did not care what anybody had to say about me. Why? Because I already knew the truth. And it's so crazy because my mom, I would say the same thing. If my mom would always tell me, it doesn't matter what anybody says about her because I know the truth about her. So if somebody would be like, your mom's ugly, she'd be like, Mom, she will tell me, do you think I'm ugly? Do you know I'm ugly? Do you know I'm beautiful? I'd be like, yes. She'd be like, exactly. So it doesn't matter what anybody else says because you know the truth. And I feel like along the way, I forgot the doggone truth. I forgot the truth about me. I really allowed other people close to me to tell me that they don't think I'm beautiful and think that I'm not beautiful myself. Like, what is that? No, I'm not about that life anymore. And I'm not sorry. I'm not apologetic about it. I feel like I've been apologizing for people feeling the way that they feel for too long. When they put these feelings. Ooh. But yeah, so if you talk about my mom, oh yeah, because my boyfriend, he listens to this song all the time. It's like, the lyric goes, don't talk about my moms, yo. So if you talk about my mom, I don't give, because I know the truth about her. I don't gotta be like, they talked about my mom, they said this about my mom, blah, blah, blah. I know the truth. I know my mom is beautiful. You can say whatever you want about my mom. You can say whatever you want about me. But, no, you can say whatever you want about me. I think the thing is, I don't want to tolerate anybody saying whatever they want about me anymore. I feel like people have been saying some sly stuff and I've been letting it slide, but I'm no longer letting stuff slide. You know what, like, either you appreciate me or you don't. And it feels like when I came back to New York in 2021. Oh, that's the other thing too, I left. I felt like I was staying, and I feel like I stayed here for a little bit longer than I should have, like at my boyfriend's house. And I say that to say, I think I stayed here a little bit longer than I should have, only because I was in denial. I was in denial of where I was. I think I was grieving the college me. I think I had reached the stage of grieving college Q, but like, you know, like the 5 stages of grief, I think I reached the denial stage where I was denying that I was out of school, because I kept trying to help everybody around him with with their schoolwork, with their school stuff, inspire them to go to college, blah blah blah, act like I'm still in school. And girl, and everybody and Jerome was like, you're not in school. Stop trying to act like you're in school. Like, let these people handle it on their own. And they really did not want my help, but I think that was really important. I had to go through that. I had to leave. I had to understand I'm not in school anymore. I had to grieve who I was in college. I had to grieve not really the freedom I have in college. I feel like I still have that freedom to an extent, because yeah, I'm not staying in a dorm or my own apartment or blah 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 anymore, but I had to grieve like what college truly gave me. Because when you become an adult, you leave college, blah blah blah, you know what you have? Not just bills. You have, like, you and your friends are gonna be apart. Maybe your friend gets something before you did and you put in all this work, and maybe your friend gets a job before you get a job. Maybe you get and that's okay. Maybe you get in a relationship, like a romantic relationship before your friend. That's okay too. Maybe it takes you a little bit longer to figure out what you want to do afterward. That is okay too. But maybe you are, I already said you get in a relationship. Maybe you're still living at home after you graduate, which, child, it's so crazy how when I was growing up, I'm 22 in 2021. At the time of filming this, I'm 22. And so I'll be 23 in 2022. But it's so crazy how growing up, I would see like so many movies, TV shows. Society made it normal that you grow up, you go to college, you graduate, and then boom. But then it's crazy because as I'm graduating, I'm meeting people who it was not their reality to see other people and go to college, let alone have people in their families come before them who already had a college degree. And it's like, whoa. Mind you, I've had these people, these figures in my life, all my life. So like my Shauna has 2 degrees, my dad has 2 degrees. My Shauna not only has 2 degrees, and she has 3 degrees. She has 2 masters and a bachelor's, obviously a bachelor's. My dad has an associate's. He has 3 degrees, associate's, bachelor's, and master's. He has not only has a master's, he has an MBA. Like not just any master's, it's an MBA. One of those coveted things. It's like one of those coveted graduate degrees. It's like, you know, you have the coveted law degree, the graduate degree, and then maybe like a professional degree. So what else? I say all that to say, like, it's just crazy. You don't know what people are going through. And I was in such denial of where I was in life. And I feel like I was also denial in New York. And I also did not know how to give language to the fact that I was not, and I kept saying, I hate New York, which truly I do hate. A lot of things that come with being from New York City, living in New York City alone, MTA. But I also feel like I was trying to say I hate New York. I mean, truly, I was trying to say I hate the trauma of that I have that's associated with the people in New York. And people kept trying to say, you don't hate New York, you just hate New York City, which is true. I truly just hate New York City. But because one also, and people would say, why do you hate New York? And people would always say, why do you hate New York? And I would say, I hate... Miss Truly, I understand why I hate New York. One, it's my hometown. Of course, I want to leave. But also, I did not have the language yet to associate that I hated a lot, that I also hated the trauma. And so at times, I would say I hate New York, when truly I hate the trauma that comes with being comes with it being my hometown. Because when it's your hometown, you most likely have family from there, and then if you have family from there and your traumatic experiences happen with your family and yourself, and you are aware of that, you associate that. And so for me, I'm able to associate that, New York is a place where these people are. But then I also was able to realize that because I was no longer on campus, I also had no buffer for my parents. It felt like for my parents to feel safe with me, or one of them. And so I wanted that buffer of space, especially with like a lot of the mandates that came in 2021. So I wanted that buffer of space to be able to just be and chill with my parents, or this particular parent. And yeah, and again, so I think I was just in like total denial of what that was, because it also felt like I lost this version of me. I lost the college version of me, because there's always like the sense that you can go back. There was always like the sense I could go back, but I knew I had no reason to go back. I had no reason to go back to the dorms. Honey, it's time for a big girl apartment. And it's so crazy because I'm ready for this stuff. It's just that I don't have the resources. And that's another thing too. In 2021, I was literally like a person without certain resources that I've always been used to having. In terms of quote unquote, let's establish it, money, financial resources, I would say food resources, access to food, which is also another reason I stopped being vegan this year, which is crazy because I was so passionate about being vegan. I was like, this is the life that I want. And so at some point, something's bad if it's like, this is the life I want and I'm throwing that away because I don't have the resources, the access. And so when you talk about food desert, girl, I know, I feel like I was in a vegan desert. Like, yeah, we have food, but there is nothing. It's like fried, greasy, like you gotta have money, or it's just strictly Beyond Burger. And it's like, if you're trying to be a healthy vegan and you're trying to cook and you want to have, and I also had like a real spirit with my food. I feel like I had a romantic relationship with my food, and I feel like I had to give that up because of just not being as comfortable in a different kitchen space. That's, oh my god, yo, 2021, it's so crazy the things I went through, but I'm so glad because I feel like I'm standing on the other side, like today, where I feel like I'm a new me. I am a new me, like regardless of whether it's 2.0, 3.0, 5.0, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.0. I'm definitely a new me. This definitely a new me going into 2022. Like going into 2022, your girl no longer tolerating being an afterthought. Your girl is no longer like trying to be a people pleaser, trying to be an active non-people pleaser. I'm so glad for my therapist and a lot of the I would say things that I learned about myself this year that I do, even certain techniques like no more negative self-talk, feeling like self-care is not selfish, because I would always feel like self-care is selfish because I felt, and that's not even just because society said so, mostly because I felt the selfish end of it. I felt like watching my dad do his own self-care, to me it felt selfish because it felt like it took time away from spending time with my dad. And I'm like, I was so hurt by that. I was like, I'm never going to make anybody feel this way about me by doing self-care to myself, by being selfish for myself. And so I had to realize this year that no, I need to be selfish for myself, because I'm not going to be the greatest person of myself. If I'm, I've realized how conducive, how helpful it is when when I do take care of myself, because why? It helps myself. So yeah, look at me actually taking care of myself. And what? Twisting my hair? Like, this is something that like the old me, I would say like the old me, or just would have never done. And so it's another thing too. I was trying so hard to, and I feel like this video is all over the place, but my videos are all over the place. But I was trying so hard to, I would say, what's the word I was trying hard to do? I was trying hard oh yes, so when I was young, or I would say like in the past 3 years, after I had my first boyfriend break up in college, when I was with like my, I guess, high school sweetheart, or the person I graduated high school in a relationship with and went into college in a relationship with, he was in my prom video, I think, but after that part, I was like, I wanted to revive more parts of my young self, my teenage self. And what was my teenage self? Sassy. I had something to say. I'm gonna say it. Folks were mad, but they also admired that about me, because it's like, I'm gonna say what I got to say. And it's like, at one point, I stopped saying what I had to say. I started being too, and I think there's a fine line. There's definitely a balance. There's definitely a balance point between there's definitely a balance point between, saying what you gotta say and being considerate. And I want to keep the consideration parts, but also discard the fear part, because I don't need to be afraid of telling anybody anything. Like, why do I have to be afraid of telling anybody that this is how I feel, that they have maybe hurt me or not thinking about me or whatever? But you know what, dear 2022 me, you know what, we're getting more blessings. Why? Because we deserve them. Like, we have gone through the trials, the tribulations. Like, 2021 was crazy because it's like, but I feel like, you know, you gotta walk, you gotta run to wait, you gotta walk to run. And I feel like I've done did my walk. Okay, 2021 was the year I learned to sort of, I guess, walk as a new person, walk as a post grad, walk as an over 21. Like, what? My age is over 21. And for people, some people, that like does not mean anything, but for me that means something, because it's like I waited till I was 21 to drink. And the fact that like I could buy like a liquor, yeah, like I could buy liquor, I could sit at the bar in every single state. Like, what? That is just so wild to me. The fact that I'm entering my second New Year's where I can like legally go to the like liquor store and like get a drink or whatever. Like, what? Crazy. Oh, wow. But yeah, I am proud. I'm proud of you, 2021 Q. I'm proud of you for being self-aware and realizing the things and realizing your power, realizing your worth. I'm proud of you for standing on your own 2 feet, not letting any one monkey stop your show. I am proud of you for becoming you. I am proud of you for these next steps. Oh, and you know what? I don't give myself enough credit. That's another thing too. You know what I did in 2021? I started not 1 but 2 businesses. I actually got to walk the stage. And of course I did not graduate in 2021, and I have to just give myself that credit, because also I was in denial that I even graduated. It did not feel like I graduated. It felt like, okay, like, yeah, all right, that's time. Yeah, it felt very much like I did not graduate at all. Why? Because I had no ceremony right after I met first class. And like when people like, oh, submitted my last assignment, Kappa gown. I'm wearing the Kappa gown on like Thursday. Oh, okay. Look at the shrinkage is already there, y'all. But the flotation, the gravity, the movement, it's keeping moisture right now. And I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. How is this? How is this battery dead? I have like 5 more, like a good couple, like 15 more minutes. But I guess that's just telling me to wrap it up, because I feel like I'm not saying what I have to say. But I love you, 2021 Q, and I'm so proud of you for everything you've done this year. And I can't wait for all the blessings. But we said 2022 and beyond, more blessings. We get more blessings, stacking more paper, doing all the things, and we getting the jobs, we getting everything. Why? Because we're blessed, we deserve it. I deserve it, you deserve it, guys. You guys deserve it. And I thank all 96 of my subscribers, and I can't wait to build more, because our tribe is growing. Okay, I just have such a good feeling about 2022. I feel like it's the year that everything's gonna come together. And it's so crazy, because what I realized like a few weeks ago about 2021 is that I really manifested where I was. I feel like for a long time I kept asking, why am I here at this place in 2022? And honestly, I asked for this a long time ago. I remember I saw a video by Tarek Ali, and he said he wanted to take some time off after he graduated, like a year, because he's been doing, it's been a lot of work for him during college, so he wanted to take time off, and he did when he graduated. And I'm like, I want to do that. I've been working my entire life. I have been working on internships. I have been working college classes, academia. I have been working, ain't ya? You just blah 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 blah. And that was me. Work equaled me. You asked me what I did for fun, I worked. And honestly, I learned this year that 1, I need a balance. 2, I didn't learn this year that I need a balance. I applied the lesson that I needed to balance. That is what I'm super proud of myself for, because I just wasn't giving myself that. I just kept saying, well, I'm not where I want to be in life, so I can't do anything. And you know what? No, I still deserve to have fun. I still deserve to live life. I still deserve to eat. I don't not deserve to eat because I didn't have my dream job, my dream life, making my dream money. How was I gonna make my dream money if I couldn't live to get there? Because I died of starvation, or I got sick from starvation. And it's so funny. My boyfriend always tell me all the time that I just got some of this acai thing on my iPad. I was watching Insecure. I was catching up. I literally caught up on Insecure in like 2 days because I learned, like, I think in 2020 I learned they cannot, like, your job cannot be everything. And then, because I know just the things I was doing for my job and everything else I was doing for a career in 2020 just did not feel right. Like, before the pandemic, after the pandemic, I mean, the degree felt right, but nothing else felt right. So I'm so happy that I applied that lesson. And also, I realized expectations. I've had so many expectations about how my life was going to turn out by this point, by 22, by being 1 year post-grad, which I cannot believe I already am. But honestly, this year, I barely even took time to bask in the fact that I was even a graduate, that I'm even a college graduate was. Like, I'm not anymore, but I barely took time to bask in the fact that I'm a college graduate. It barely felt like I was because I got to walk the stage. Then I got to walk the stage really late, like 6 months after. And I'm like, it still doesn't feel like I'm a college graduate. But it felt like I just kind of walked the stage. So I don't know. I am... One, can we just take a like a round of applause, because not only did I graduate in 2020, but I got to walk the stage. Number two, I'm so proud of myself for getting over the grief of the way of the expectations, because I really truly had to grieve my expectations of how I thought how I thought life was supposed to be by now. Two, I have to, like I said, I had to get over that. I really had to grieve. I was like, I wanted life to be a certain way by the time I'm 22. Was not going to be one of the people. I feel like I had the wrong language growing up. I felt like when I was growing up, you would think, okay, they don't have their own place by 22. They've been out of their parents' house for a year. Like, they still don't have a job, blah, blah, blah. They're just bums who are not applying themselves. No, not the case at all. You could literally be applying yourself in yesterday's market and today's market and in job market and still not get anything. Like, how can you apply? Like, you could really be applying for, I don't know, to be a cashier at the grocery store, you could be applying to be a cashier at the grocery store, and even going into like corporate work, and still you're gonna have trouble. Like, it's not as easy. It might have been, I feel like it might have been easier in like yesteryears, but time to get a job, but it's not that easy. And you know what? I'm proud of myself for still trying, not getting defeated. I mean, I did at one point, but I still picked myself up and got right back on that horse. I'm proud of myself for taking new actions or taking new steps towards a different me. I'm proud of myself for traveling, seeing my friends. I'm proud of myself for trying to be and stay a good friend to people, because they were definitely good friends to me. And you know what? Life was going great for them, and the tables truly turned, and life was not going well for me. And it's so crazy because these are the people I was there for when life was not going well for them. And it's so crazy to me to think about the fact that life was not going well for me. And it wasn't like misery loves company. It more so was just like, yeah, life is not going well for both of us right now. Then it was, life is simply not going well for me, but it was going well for them. And they were there for me. And that is so baffling. But I think another part of it that I leave out is the fact that my friends are so far away. Like, My friends are in Philly, Tennessee, Georgia, and I'm stuck. And nope, let me not use the word stuck. I am in New York currently. I am in New York currently for the time being, and it just was hindering me a lot, and I'm just craving friendships right now. And so you know what, in 2022 I'm craving rekindled friendships and new friendships. I'm craving people who include me in things as a first thought, as a first round thought. I know I talked about this earlier. Come to find out, they didn't. I was actually a first thought. It just, again, was the way it was worded to me by the messenger, I guess. So this is why, you know, you gotta be the horse. You gotta say something first. You gotta be from the horse's mouth. But yeah, y'all, I am really proud of myself. I am thankful for my self-awareness and my analytical stuff. I'm thankful for my therapist. Thankful for my tarot reader. I'm thankful for Jawan, because you know what, he has been another rock. You know, like, there's been so many other things that's been going down. It just feels like we've been there for each other through the trials, the tribulations. Y'all don't even know the half of it that's gone down like this year. I'm not even gonna get into it because it's not my story to tell. But in 2022, you know, like, Popeyes done cut Megan a stupid check, and so I'm just feeling like somebody finna cut me a stupid check. Like, what? I'm feeling it. You know, like when you could feel something's coming. It's like, y'all, something is coming. And I'm opening the doors. I'm cleaning up. I'm getting the guest room. I'm getting the room ready. You know? That's really like the energy I'm on going into 2020. That's the energy I'm on going into 2022. You know, like, to me, I'm not looking at it with negative energy, denial energy. I think I kept looking at 2021, 2020, everything. I just think I kept looking at life from like this negative perspective. Everything that I did not get to do in college, everything that I did not get to say, everything, like, all the people I did not get to please, all the people who were not pleased by me. I'm thankful for my mom, who's, you know, my mom and my stepdad. And I feel like 2022 is like the year of the bag. It's the year of the happy me. It's the year of the me. Yeah, I have expectations, but not really. Like, I don't really have too crazy expectations, but I have a vision. And I'm putting the work. It's like the year of work meets manifestation, meets expectation, meets it all, honey. Like, it's just like this big old shift is coming into place. This big old shift. It's a transformation. It's a transformation time. It's really a time of a new version of me. Y'all, remember when I told y'all it's straight? Like, look at how straight this is. I can brush it. I mean, granted, with water, it did a little some, but I don't think it did what it needed to do. It wasn't giving what it needed to give. Especially this one. It literally looks like a perm. Like, how am I putting Cantu on it and it's not curling at all? Okay, we have like slight curls. Oh, I'm finally done with my hair. Yay. Cause, woo. Okay, for first of all, y'all, let's take a look at this hair. Y'all see that movement? Pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. Y'all see that movement? Oh, these curls look nice. They look nice. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a blessed 2022. I hope you guys have a blessed couple of days left of 2021 if I get this video out before New Year's Eve. And I hope y'all staying safe and healthy. Really help. When I say stay safe, that means safe with violence. When I say stay healthy, y'all know what that means. And I hope to see y'all in the next videos, because 2022 we up, we lit, we okay, all right, I'll see you in 2022. Hope y'all have a cool, fun, and safe New Year's Eve night. All right, peace.